This is the Mistress Carrie Situation Report for May 13th, 2025. Tickets are on sale now to see Mudvayne and Static X with Ven Dead at the MGM Music Hall at Fenway on October 25th. Check the links in the show notes of this episode to get them. Alice Cooper has commented on being nominated for the Radio Hall of Fame, saying, quote, "It's always a thrill to be recognized for doing what you love. For decades, I've told stories on stage, on records, and now on the radio, where I interact directly with rock lovers to share deep cuts, lost classics, and the kind of behind-the-scenes stories you can't Google. I'm grateful to the Museum of Broadcast Communications, Radio Hall of Fame Nominating Committee, the industry, and listeners for the honor of this nomination." Voting for the 2025 Radio Hall of Fame officially closes June 9th. The final inductees will be announced June 23rd. The induction ceremony takes place in Chicago on October 30th. Iggy Pop, Jack White, and the Sex Pistols are set to play the CBGB Festival. The festival will take place on September 21st at Brooklyn's Under the K Bridge Park. A press release accompanying the festival announcement said the lineup connects punk's originators with its fiercest future voices, all answering one core question: who would be playing CBGBs today? Pearl Jam have released Pearl Jam The Last of Us, a special 4-track EP available now on all streaming platforms. The EP opens with the Future Days album version. The opening lyrics are sung in the latest episode of the popular Max series, The Last of Us. The collection includes All or None, the album version, a favorite from 2003's Riot Act, appearing in The Last of Us Season 1. 2 special tracks round out the EP, Future Days Live, recorded during Pearl Jam's headlining set at the 2024 Ohana Festival. And the new Present Tense Redux serves as the closer and appeared as the end credit for this week's episode. Madonna is reportedly working on a series based on her life for Netflix, according to Deadline. She's teaming up with Deadpool and Wolverine star Sean Levy for a limited series, which is believed to be in the early development stages at Netflix. Actress Julia Garner, who was tapped to star as a young Madonna for the now uncertain film, is reportedly still attached to the Netflix limited series. The man who spent $12,495 to be Gene Simmons' roadie for a day says, quote, "I have no regrets. I'm going to die a happy man." Dwayne Rosado and his son spent a day with Gene Simmons from Kiss and talked about sex and a lack of drugs and rock and roll. The retired corrections officer, who spent the money to be roadie for a day, said, "You only live once and I want to experience life. I'm not going to die with a lot of money. I'm going to die happy," he said. The mayor of San Francisco is ready to welcome Deadheads to the Grateful Dead's birthplace, the Bay Area. Mayor Daniel Lurie posted a video of himself in front of Golden Gate Park announcing that Dead & Company will be performing there for 3 consecutive shows in August to celebrate the 60th anniversary of the Grateful Dead. Julian's Auctions has announced extensive details on items that will be auctioned off in New York City at the Hard Rock Cafe May 30th and 31st. The sale includes several important guitars played on stage and in the studio by musicians like Eric Clapton, Kurt Cobain, Brian May, Johnny Cash, Melissa Etheridge, Bob Dylan, Ronnie Wood, Jack White, Noel Gallagher, Chet Atkins, Waylon Jennings, Yngwie Malmsteen, Slash, Angus Young, Randy Bachman, Richie Sambora, and more. It'll also feature gear used by AC/DC, Aerosmith, Frank Zappa, Neil Young, Rascal Flatts, The Eagles, Nirvana, and clothes worn on stage by artists like Cher, Dolly Parton, Elton John, Lady Gaga, Jimi Hendrix, Chrissie Hynde, Michael Jackson, Bob Dylan, Janet Jackson, Amy Winehouse, Taylor Swift, Freddie Mercury, Britney Spears, and more. Plus, handwritten works from David Bowie, Johnny Cash, Jimi Hendrix, Paul McCartney, Noel Gallagher, Bob Dylan, John Lennon, Kurt Cobain, Madonna, and others are also part of the extensive rock and roll auction. Portions of the Melvins tour van are also up for auction. The van, driven by Kurt Cobain from Nirvana, who painted images of members of Kiss on one side of the van. Cypress Hill have shared the final advance track from the London Symphony Orchestra album. Black Sunday Live at the Royal Albert Hall will be available on June 6th. Cypress Hill have unveiled Rock Superstar, the third and final track to be released in advance of the eagerly anticipated live album. The full-length album and concert video immortalizing the hip-hop icon's legendary collaboration with the London Symphony Orchestra is set to be released via Mercury Studios. It'll be available on a 2-CD and DVD set, a 2-CD and Blu-ray set, and limited edition 2-CD 180-gram half-speed mastered black vinyl. There'll also be a limited edition cassette, and fans watching the film on Blu-ray can experience the concert in Dolby Atmos audio, offering a sonic experience that puts the viewer right in Royal Albert Hall. Avatar are set to open for Iron Maiden and have a huge Halloween celebration in Mexico City. And now vocalist Johannes Eckerstrom is saying that a new album could be out by the end of the year. The as-yet untitled album marks Avatar's 10th full-length studio album. Though he didn't have a specific date to give to fans, he did promise that it wouldn't be, quote, too much longer. Red Hot Chili Peppers vocalist Anthony Kiedis has followed in the footsteps of Green Day by launching his own coffee brand. The company is called Jolene, an amalgamation of the phrases cup of joe and lean latte. The new brand offers 2 varieties of canned coffee, black cold brew and white and oat milk latte. Anthony Kiedis has partnered with Live Nation and will act as both an investor and distributor of Jolene at festivals and 40 of its venues. In addition to the canned offerings, Live Nation is also going to feature the coffee in 4 signature cocktails. Longtime Billy Idol guitarist Billy Morrison has just released the lyric video for We Are the Dead, a standout track from the deluxe edition of his solo album, The Morrison Project. Saying, quote, "My life changed in the last few years for the better, and I wrote these lyrics in one session like a stream of consciousness. The concept of a love that is so strong it transcends our human existence appealed to me greatly." And Henry Rollins is commenting on his rumored punk rock museum, calling it the biggest project I've ever tried to pull off the hook. Saying, "I'm working towards an end where all of these cool things that I have will be easily accessible to you because music is a love affair." The artist, who moved to Nashville, said, quote, "He's been working on it for a couple of years with his manager. I've put my life savings into it. All I can say is that it'll make people smile until their faces hurt." And that's your sit rep. For more details on all of the stories, check the links in the show notes of this episode. And don't forget to like, follow, share, and subscribe to the Mistress Carrie Podcast. New full-length episodes come out every Wednesday. Episode 257, featuring Cody Quistad from Wage War, is available now.